Hello and welcome to Around the Clock. I'm your host, Yolanda Greaves. We have a few interviews we might be sharing with you. We, of course, will have our Around the Town tour where we'll be stopping at Route 126. We'll be stopping at the Farmers Market and Front Street and even heading around town and seeing some of our schools and some painting being done. Of course, there'll also be the Select Board update for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, October 6th. So stay with me as I bring you Around the Clock. Hello and welcome to Around the Town here on Around the Clock. We have a few stops for you on today's trip. We're going to start over at Route 126 where Eversource is doing some utility construction. This is not the work on the actual changing of the roadway. That won't be happening until the spring. But Eversource is coming in, replacing some pipes for the gas lines, as well as making sure that is all done. And we have some footage of the storage of where they brought all the pipes in off of Butterfield Drive, right near the WACA studios, and some of the work that was being done. So as you're driving down Route 126 and you're being a little inconvenienced, this is for the utility work, and we look forward to bringing you the full story come next spring when the actual road reconstruction happens. From Route 126, we're going to go around the town and stop at a few places. Our wrestling team is doing a fundraiser by painting blue A's around the town. You can get one too for just $25. They'll come to your home and paint a big blue A on your driveway. We were able to talk with some of the members of the wrestling team who are doing the work when they were at the Ashland High School painting the A on that driveway.
We just wanted to raise money for the Ashland wrestling team to get new uniforms and the expenses, and it just seemed like the best fundraiser to do during these times.
We started this last year, and it helps out the team a lot. I mean, we stay distant too. It's perfect for COVID, so we're raising money for the team while following COVID rules, so it's perfect, and it's supporting our team a lot. So.
Well, congratulations and thank you to those wrestlers for sharing their Clocker pride around town. And as I said, if you'd like to, you can get your blue A painted by contacting members of the wrestling team. From the high school and around town, we're actually going to go out of town to Pinecrest Golf Course over in Holliston, where our golf team has been really hitting the links and doing a great job. They won that meet. They are currently 3-1 in the season. And they are being led by the twins, Kira and Kaiser Joshi, who are both sort of taking this team on a great journey as they play golf here this fall, one of the sports that is being allowed. Let's take a look.
Rob Silver with WACA-TV, first golf match of the year here, Ashland Clockers. Who do I have with me today?
My name's Nick Sabati. I'm a senior. This is my second year on the team.
All right, and Nick, I'll put you on the spot. What's your low round ever?
Here, it's a 37, and that happened last year. So.
Okay, so up and coming. All right, well, good luck today and good luck in the season. Good to be out here. Thanks, Nick. All right, who do we have here today?
Nick Simpson. I'm a senior. This is my fourth year on the team.
And Nick, what's your low round ever?
36 here.
All right, you think you might hit that today?
Of course.
Good. Could I get a name?
Tyler Wilson.
And what year are you, Tyler?
I'm a junior.
And how many years on the golf team?
I've been since freshman year.
Great. And what's your low round here?
34.
All right. Well, good luck today.
Thank you.
We have the one female member of the Ashland Clockers golf team. And your name, please?
Kira Joshi.
And what year are you, Kira?
I'm a sophomore.
How long have you been playing golf?
Since I was like 5.
Wow. And what's your low round?
72.
Wow. See, it's a professional. She gave the 18-hole score, not the 9. How are you feeling today?
Pretty good.
Excited to be back playing?
I am.
All right, well, good luck and thanks for talking with us. All right, who do I have here?
Aiden Fish,
Aiden, what year are you?
sophomore.
And your low round ever.
39.
All right, great. Well, good luck today and thanks for coming out.
Yep.
All right, who do we have?
I'm Tyler Hershon.
And you're, what year are you?
I'm a senior.
All right, how long have you been playing on the golf team?
My 4th year.
Okay, good. Expecting big things this year?
I hope so, yeah.
And what's your low round ever?
Ever? I think it was a 38.
All right, well, good luck today. Thanks for coming out. All right, your name?
Jack McGough.
And Jack, what year are you?
I'm a junior.
All right, and you said it's your first year?
Yeah, my first year on the golf team. Yeah.
All right, great. And how long have you been playing golf in general?
About like
Had to look at your watch.
like a couple months.
All
I
right.
started a couple months ago. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Better late than never. It's a
Yeah.
fun game. All right. Have you been able to play? What's your low round ever?
40.
All right, good. That's not bad for a first timer. All right. Good luck today. Thanks. All right. We're here with,
Kaiser Joshi.
and you've been playing golf for how long?
8, 9 years probably.
All right. You've been on the team. What year are you now?
I'm a sophomore, so.
Okay, so second year on the team. And was that your sister before?
Twin sister.
Oh, great. Awesome. Well, and Kaiser, what's your low score ever?
34 probably.
Very impressive. Well, good luck today, and
Thank
thanks
you.
for talking with us. This putt for the par. It's about 20 feet uphill. Gonna break a little bit to the right. And a beautiful, beautiful putt. Good start to the season with a nice par save. This putt is for a birdie. Uphill, and then it falls off if you hit it too far. Got the crosshand putting stroke. Nice putt. Gives them a tap in for a par. Oh, she just pulled it. And her brother matches her for a 3 with a nice up and down. And another 3. So a good hole for that group. 3 threes and a 4.
Head to downtown and the last farmers market of the season. It is hard to believe, but it is a long weekend. Columbus Day, Indigenous Persons Day weekend. It's a long weekend, and it is the last farmers market. They've had an amazing season. A big thank you to the Public Works Department and all the volunteers, as well as to the 2 market managers for making this season happen in a healthy and safe way. As we said, it did look a little different, but the vendors had a great year, and we all look forward to hopefully going back to our normal farmers market come this next summer in 2021. From the farmers market, we're going to go down Summer Street to the Pavilion, where there was an informational session that happened at the pavilion about the Mendez School project and the public safety project. Members of each of the committees were there from about 11 to 1 on Saturday, sharing information with the public about these two projects that will be coming forward at a town meeting and a special election. Both the dates for those two, the special election and the town meeting, are still being determined by the select board, and hopefully that information will be out soon. But you can start getting information, and hopefully you had the opportunity to stop by at the information center on Saturday. Our next stop is at the public library. So we're going back down to Front Street, a little bit back and forth today. On Sunday, October 4th, a little commemoration ceremony was held for Louise Bennett. If you at all knew Louise, she was in Ashland for a short time, he and her husband Stan, but they both had such a great impact on our community. The dedication was a new plaque put in front of a tree that is now in front of the library in Lois's memory. She was a member and president of the Garden Club, and it was through her work and the work of the Garden Club that you see such beautiful flowers and plants and decoration throughout Ashland. The clock tower had some great rework of their garden. Over at the public library, plants were put in that are drought tolerant, so they've been going strong. The work at our post office, the pots, as well as some of the other work done there. And then also they were both members of the community gardens, and Lois created a butterfly garden at the community garden that is still there and named in her honor. And of course, they both helped out with the farmers market, and the shed at the farmers market is in Stan's memory. And again, for the work that they did there. Hello and welcome to the Select Board Update. We first started with a discussion of a request by E.A. Fish, who is doing work on Robert Hill Way, to be allowed to work on Monday, October 12th, which is a holiday. And it was decided that we would not extend them that, so they could not be working on Monday. So hopefully for the people on Independence Lane, there's some quiet and rest on that long weekend. We then went into a discussion about returning to in-person meetings and also a policy change that would allow remote participation. Those are two different things. We have decided that we will not be going back to in-person meetings probably until January, if not later, because at this point there's no safe way for us to be sitting at the table, all 6 of us. We'd have to put up petitions and things like that. So most likely we'll be keeping our select board meetings remote at least until January. We then discussed the possibility of a remote policy, meaning if you have a quorum in place but someone is traveling, they could still call in and be part of the meeting. So we're going to be looking at that. The other discussion about remote participation was how can we possibly be in the select board meeting but allow residents to participate remotely? Could we still do something via Zoom? So these are all things we're talking about, we're looking at. If you have any input, make sure you reach out to us at the select board, selectboard@ashlandmass.com, and let us know. We then voted and approved extended outdoor dining. So in line with the governor's order to allow restaurants to continue their outdoor dining, we have continued the outdoor dining for all the restaurants who have applied for it, who have extended their footprint through at least the end of December. So the restaurants that have those larger seating areas, if you think about TJ's in their parking lot, Las Cobos and in their parking lot, Mozzie, all these restaurants that have moved to parking lots and other areas, those extended dinings will be allowed through the end of December, and then we'll be working with guidance hopefully from the ABCC to see if it's something we can extend full-time and permanently for our restaurants. We then discussed terms for appointed boards and committees, as well as long-term term limits. We had a number of boards that were to completion. So we looked at our list, we made a couple of changes. We have turned the Upper Charles Trail Committee, they now have a 3-year term. We have turned the Traffic Road Safety Committee into a 3-year term. The Mendez School Building Feasibility Group, the Public Safety Committee, the Public Safety Building Group, those 2 committees will stay until completion. It was decided that some of those projects are going to be finishing soon, or at least on their way to finishing. We also left the Valentine committee till completion because they are working on their work for an RFP for the project. Those changes will be up on the website, so if you have any questions, you can see those. We then discuss the date for the special election. Due to some of the requirements and changes that were made in regards to elections in 2020, we are looking at pushing the special election for the public safety building, the public safety building and the Mendez building. Most likely those will get pushed to January, and we want to give our town clerk's office a little bit of relief. Also, because of some of the requirements, people who have asked for mail-in ballots for all elections for 2020, by moving the special election to January, it takes that pressure and that requirement off of our town clerk's office. People will still be able to get a mail-in ballot for that special election, but they will then have to request it. And then the date for town meeting is still being discussed. From there, we talked about the Garden Club request for funding. As you have seen around town, the Garden Club is still doing their work. And what we had decided with our BAA grants is as people who have requested grants before are looking to do projects, they can come on a case-by-case basis and come and request funding. And that is what the Garden Club did. So we approved their funding for $2,500 to continue doing the beautification work that they do here in town. From there, we moved to our consent agenda. We had a couple of positions that we had to approve, as well as some resignations. And then we also had some minutes. So that was all approved with our consent agenda. And we want to thank a few people who resigned and we approved during our consent agenda. And that is Rick Hampson from the Upper Charles Trail Committee, Alexandra White from the Sustainability Committee, and Nadine Nesbitt from the Valentine Property Committee. So thank you to the three of them. It also means there are now openings in those three committees. So you can check on the website if you're interested. From there, we went into our priority project update. We got some information on the Rail Transit District. We as a select board approved the LIP application, which is the Local Initiative Program application for UGC, United Group of Companies, who is doing the project on Memorial Drive, previously known as the MBTA Access Road, now Memorial Drive, for the over 62 senior housing. So that project, that LIP application was approved by the select board. We also had an update on downtown, how Doug Small from our Public Works Department is working with Eversource and with town management to finish up some filings and get some information to start doing some of the utility work and undergrounding in downtown Ashland. We talked about the public safety building. They looked at some materials for the outside of the building after having worked with design review. And that project, again, there's an information center, information center in person, and then hopefully there'll be some more information sessions via Zoom that people can attend and find out more information if they don't know yet. We then talked about the Valentine property. An RFP, which is a request for proposal, is going out to people who are interested in bringing something to the Valentine estate. As part of the RFP process, it has been noticed and realized that for any change of use for that property, we have to have a zoning change because right now it's just residential. And because we don't just want to let somebody live there, we want to turn it into something amazing for the community. We are looking at a zoning change with our planning board as well. And the last update, no real update on the Warren District. The barn project will be moving forward in the spring. From there, we had our town manager's report. We had an announcement of some winning of the Voice of People Award. This is based on the surveys that we did in 2016 and 2019. Because of the improvement, we won some awards based on our open space changes. We then had an update on COVID-19, what our numbers are doing, and then a small discussion on Halloween. We are not going to be canceling Halloween. We will most likely be putting out some guidance about Halloween from our COVID-19 task force. And if it doesn't get out beforehand, it'll be discussed and brought forward at our next select board meeting. The housing assistance program is still going on. You can go back and watch the interview we did with Emma Snellings of our planning department here on Around the Clock, and if you can get more information on that. And then our micro enterprise grant has also been going on. This is a grant for about 23 communities that Ashland is handling and organizing. That is still available as well. It is for small businesses, 5 employees or less, and you can get up to about $10,000. We then had some board reports, and we were able to wrap up at about 8:40 on Wednesday night. So thanks for watching, and that's the select board update for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, October 7th. Hello and welcome to Around the Clock. I'm your host, Yolanda Greaves. Today we're going to be speaking with some students from the Ashland High School. We also have their advisor, Mr. Josh Wixer, who is the student council advisor. He is with us here. He has said he may stay quiet. We'll see what happens. We are first going to start with introductions from the students themselves. So ladies, Caitlin, why don't you go ahead and start us?
I'm Caitlin. I'm a senior.
I'm Nyanika. I'm a junior.
I'm Ella, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Kira, and I'm a sophomore.
Well, ladies, and I love that I can say that, we have 4 young women here before us to help represent what's going on at our Ashland High School. So the first question for all of you, and you can all jump in and answer, is what has it been like up until this week with the combined remote and in-person learning, the hybrid model that was talked about? How did school start with that?
It was definitely a little bit confusing at first, kind of like making the adjustment from going all in person at the beginning of last year, then all remote in the spring, and then hybrid once the fall started. It was a big adjustment for not just the students, but I think for the teachers as well.
Okay, anyone else want to add to that?
Yeah, it was definitely very different than like any other year, obviously, but I think everyone's trying to make the most of it and be as safe as possible.
What were some of the biggest challenges for you in regards to this hybrid model? And I guess the question for all of you, are you all on the hybrid model?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say one of my struggles with it is just like getting used to the new schedule and just knowing the times of the classes, because like it changes. So
Changes from week to week or day to day?
Wednesdays they're different, so like they're later, and then obviously the first half of the alphabet goes in so I'm the second half, so then I have to be online.
Okay. And then everyone is together remote on Wednesdays. Okay. Okay. Ella, what was one of the biggest challenges for you?
I think definitely like just engaging with the material. Sometimes it's really hard to be actively learning through Zoom because we are in these 90-minute blocks. And then just getting through a lot of the material, I feel like it just takes classes more time to get through anything.
So each subject you're having for 90 minutes at a time?
On
in the remote, when you are in person or in the remote section?
On every day except Wednesday, we have 90-minute blocks.
Okay. Okay. So your learning time is the same for all the subjects on each of the days?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Except for Wednesday.
Right. Kira, what was the biggest challenge for you?
Some of my teachers, we do like live classes to make it like the most normal as possible for us. I feel like I really struggle with those because between all of the students having to manage the technology and then the teacher having to do it, like we get confused a lot on what's happening. So it definitely took a while to get used to.
I can only imagine. I know for myself, doing more meetings and stuff via Zoom, and of course all of our shows via Zoom. What, if anything, has been either easy or enjoyable with this hybrid model?
Definitely not having to get up at like 6:30 every morning.
Yes, I agree. I
So that,
definitely get more sleep. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
oh, that's interesting. Okay, okay.
Also, getting to go outside a lot, that's pretty fun for
Yeah.
lunch and mass breaks.
I also just like the freedom of like kind of like doing class wherever you want in a way. So like, yeah, I just think it's fun.
So when you're working, when you're doing your remote learning, you have a little more say in where you are and how you're sitting and what you're doing to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. How many of you have pajama bottoms on or sweatpants or something like that right now?
Yeah.
And you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not currently, but I did in the morning.
I had pajamas on during my first class.
Yeah, I wear my pajamas all day. I don't care.
Me too.
Me too. Me too.
So you're much more comfortable in how you're sitting and learning,
Yeah.
Hmm.
which must make the learning a little bit more enjoyable from that perspective that you're sort of getting to decide. You don't have to worry about the looks or if you're wearing a right outfit or something like that. So there's a benefit to that.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. Now, one of the things that's been was going around is that, you know, kids are having gatherings that they're not supposed to be. They're not doing social distancing, they're not wearing masks, and should that happen and someone gets positive, we're going to have to go to all remote learning. And that happened as of Tuesday. Um, how do you guys feel about that? That because of other people's actions, you're now having to do it all remote?
I
It
mean, it's
really.
definitely. Oh, sorry, you could
No,
go.
you go, Ella. It's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ella.
It's definitely disappointing, but I didn't not expect it to happen. I knew that something was going to happen and that we would return to full remote.
Okay, so it wasn't unexpected to you, Ella. Naonica?
Yeah, I was gonna say like the same thing. It definitely wasn't unexpected, but like at the same time, all of our like teachers, parents, have been telling us that if we don't stop, going out with our friends, not social distancing, it was gonna happen. Like Mr. Wixer has been saying it since last year, since before summer started. If we don't start social distancing and actively like trying to maintain like the safety precautions, then you it's it's in it is inevitable.
Yeah, yeah. Caitlin, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen sometime, so
So in all of your minds, it was not a matter of if it was going to happen, but when it was going to happen.
absolutely.
Do you feel like it did not, did it take longer than expected or shorter than expected for it to happen to go to all remote?
I think longer, personally.
Okay.
Longer.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go back home like the first 3 or 4 weeks, which I guess we're on like our 4th week now. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So, Kira, I know you play sports. Have been written up in regards to your golf. Do any of the other ladies play sports?
I do, yeah.
Caitlin, what do you
Yeah.
play?
I play soccer for the high school.
Okay. Anybody
I
else?
was on the cross country team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't play any school sports, but I am a dancer, so.
Oh, so we can have a whole different conversation of what your life has been like.
Yeah.
So for those of you who play sports, things were just getting started. The golf team has had some great meets. The soccer team and cross country happened this past weekend. I'm sure now there'll be no meets this coming weekend, or are they just taking the cohorts of kids who have tested positive? Is everyone being impacted? Because I haven't heard the last on that.
Yeah, so golf, we had our last 3 matches of the season scheduled for this week, and they've postponed all of them till next week.
Till next week. Okay. So once you're out of the 14 days of remote learning and having to stay home.
It's just this week.
Just this week. Okay. Okay. Soccer and cross country, how has this impacted your sports?
Yeah, we're not allowed to have practice or anything for the week.
Same with us. We're not having practice or unofficial practice, and then I think our meet that was supposed to be scheduled for this Saturday is being scheduled at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's the thing with soccer games. We miss out on them. Yeah.
So you don't have to answer if you don't. Were any of you involved in any of these unofficial gatherings?
I've been pretty careful since all this started.
Okay.
I don't
So
really go out much.
okay. And you know, you don't have to answer. That's fine. I guess my question then to all of you is, how do you want to ask or talk to your peers about this? I mean, what you know, you're leaders in your school, you're on student council, you're here because you are a spokesperson, you're an elected spokesperson for your peers. What would you say to them to say, okay, what can we do to make sure this doesn't happen again through this school year?
Definitely that now that this has happened, I feel like if they continue to do this, they can't get mad if it happens again, if we go 100% remote. Like, I get that it was kind of out of the blue when it happened in the spring. It really sucks that our entire summer kind of got taken away from us because people weren't social distancing. But at this point, if they're not taking any precautions, then that's on them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just hoping that people like learn from this, that at least for now we only have a week of remote, and hopefully people will be like, okay, well, now that we know that we can get sent home, let's like step up and be more careful.
Caitlin or Ella, any thoughts to add?
There are consequences when you are gathering and you're not social distancing, you're not wearing your mask, like sports are being either canceled or being postponed, just everything, like there's a consequence. So stuff is going to get canceled, and obviously we wouldn't want that. So they just need to make sure they're social distancing, doing and taking all the right precautions.
Caitlin?
You know, just be smart, because, you know I want to play my sport, and so does everyone else.
So I take it you all wear masks when you go out and do things? Yep. I'm going to ask one last question, and then I'm going to let you go. Have any of you or your families been impacted by COVID-19? Do you know anyone who's gotten sick? Anyone in your family?
Not in my direct family, but two of my friends did have COVID during the summer, and a few of our family friends.
And have they all recovered?
Yes, thankfully.
Good, good. Anybody else? No?
Luckily, no one in my family has been affected. I've had a couple friends that have, but they were asymptomatic, so they quarantined and they got it over with.
Yeah. And I guess that's one of the hardest things, is you can be asymptomatic and share this disease. This virus, that's the hardest part. I think that's affecting all of us, is that it's not like any other virus, right? Typically, if someone has a runny nose or they're coughing, you say, oh, stay away. It doesn't quite work with this one. Well, ladies, thank you for speaking with us. I hope you get to go back to your hybrid model, as challenging as that may be. But know that we as a community are here to support you. And Caitlin, I know as a senior, it's probably the hardest on you because it's not the year that you had hoped. But I would say that it's a small time in your life. Learn from it and do what you can with it, and still make it the best academic year you can, even with everything going on. I think that's the important thing, that we can all learn and grow from the hardships and the challenges that we're facing. Great. Any last words from anybody as we sign off?
Thank you for having us.
You are very welcome. And you know what, Mr. Wixer, let's plan on checking back with these young ladies in the spring, and we can see what the year turned out to be after after we've been through it for a few months.
Absolutely, definitely.
Great. Well, thank you all. I'll let you go. Well, you're probably done learning for the day, maybe, unless you have homework. I don't know how that's working. But thank you again. Good luck. Those of you that have sports that have been impacted, good luck. I hope you get back to your seasons. I'm going to say it wrong. Naya Nika.
Neonica.
Neonica. I don't know what. Neonica. As a past dancer and someone who still is involved with dance in some aspects, I can only imagine. Where do you dance, Neonica?
Actually, I've been dancing since I was little, since before I moved to Ashland. So we have like a teacher who lives in Lexington that I go to. So as of right now, we've just been going over Zoom, but it's still different,
And
dancing over Zoom.
and sorry, other ladies, but what styles of dance do you do, Neonica?
So actually, I am Indian, and so I actually do an Indian form of dance called Bharatanatyam.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Good. That's hard. That's hard stuff. Well, thank you again, ladies. Good luck. Have a great rest of your semester, and we'll check back with you in the spring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you've been watching an interview with 4 students from the Ashland High School with their advisor, Mr. Josh Wixker. Thanks for watching this Around the Clock. Well, thanks for watching this episode of Around the Clock. Thank you to all of our film crew who helped some of the great footage. It was great to be able to go around the town and share some of the wonderful things that are going on. If you ever have anything you'd like to share, make sure you reach out to us at WACA-TV and or Around the Clock, and we will share your story as well. Also, a big thank you to my producers, Paul Bowden and Barbara Chisholm, for helping pull this together every show. And hope you are staying safe. When you go out, make sure you wear a mask, wash your hands, and stay healthy. And thanks for watching this episode of Around the Clock.
Rob Silver with WACA-TV, first golf match of the year here, Ashland Clockers. Who do I have with me today?
My name's Nick Sabati. I'm a senior. This is my second year on the team.
All right, and Nick, I'll put you on the spot. What's your low round ever?
Ooh. Here, it's a 37, and that happened last year, so.
Okay, so up and coming. All right, well, good luck today and good luck in the season. Good to be out here. Thanks, Nick. All right, who do we have here today?
Nick Simpson. I'm a senior. This is my 4th year on the team.
And Nick, what's your low round ever?
36 here.
All right, you think you might hit that today?
Of course.
All right. Good. Could I get a name?
Tyler Wilson.
And what year are you, Tyler?
I'm a junior.
And how many years on the golf team?
I've been since freshman year.
Great. And what's your low round here?
34.
All right. Well, good luck today.
Thank you.
We have the one female member of the Ashland Clockers golf team. And your name, please?
Kira Joshi.
And what year are you, Kira?
I'm a sophomore.
How long have you been playing golf?
Since I was like 5.
Wow. And what's your low round?
72.
Wow. So it's a professional. She gave the 18-hole score, not the 9. How are you feeling today?
Pretty good.
Excited to be back playing?
I am.
All right, well, good luck, and thanks for talking with us. All right, who do I have here?
Aiden Fish.
Aiden, what year are you?
Sophomore.
And your low round ever?
39.
All right, great. Well, good luck today, and thanks for coming out.
Yep.
All right, who do we have?
Tyler Hershon.
And you're, what year are you?
I'm a senior.
All right, how long have you been playing on the golf team?
My 4th year.
Okay, good. Expecting big things this year?
I hope so, yeah.
And what's your low round ever?
Ever? I think it was a 38.
All right, well, good luck today. Thanks for coming out. All right, your name?
Jack McGough.
And Jack, what year are you?
I'm a junior.
All right, and you said it's your first year?
Yeah, my first year on the golf team. Yeah.
All right, great. And how long have you been playing golf in general?
About like
Had to look at your watch.
like a couple months.
All
I
right.
started a couple months ago. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Better late than never. It's a fun game. All right. Have you been able to play? What's your low round ever?
40.
All right, good. That's not bad for a first timer. All right. Good luck today. Thanks. All right. We're here with
Kaiser Joshi.
And you've been playing golf for how long?
8, 9 years probably.
All right. You've been on the team. What year are you now?
I'm a sophomore, so.
Okay, so second year on the team. And was that your sister before?
Mm-hmm. Twin sister.
Oh, great. Awesome. Well, and Kaiser, what's your low score ever?
34, probably.
Very impressive. Well, good luck today, and
Thank
thanks
you.
for talking with us. This putt for the par. It's about 20 feet uphill. Gonna break a little bit to the right. And a beautiful, beautiful putt. Good start to the season with a nice par save. This putt is for a birdie. Uphill, and then it falls off if you hit it too far. Get the crosshand putting stroke. Nice putt. Gives them a tap in for a par. Oh, she just pulled it. And her brother matches her for a 3 with a nice up and down. And another 3. So a good hole for that group. 3 threes and a 4. Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Hello and welcome to Around the Clock. This is Yolanda Greaves. I am masked today because we are doing one of our first inside interviews since COVID. We are here at the Richard Francis Salon with Richard Francis. Richard, welcome to Around the Clock.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're going to talk a little bit about your history because you've been in here in Ashland for a little while. And then we're going to talk about what you're doing to make customers comfortable and what guidelines you're following for COVID.
Sure.
So first of all, let's start with you, Richard Francis. A little bit about your history.
Well, I grew up here in Ashland. Basically, you know, I opened this salon here 35 years ago because the town has been so great. You know, I raised my kids here when they were young, and I just had some great memories of this town. So I was working in Framingham for a while, and we decided to come back here 35 years ago when there was really nothing in town at the time. But it was starting to grow and evolve around us. So we started this salon, and after about 4 or 5 years, we had done so well that we decided to expand. And so we took the space next door And, you know, as I told you before, you know, being the genius I was at the time, at 29 years old, twice the space, twice the money, you know, well, that didn't work out too well after a little while. And thank goodness we were able to kind of get back to doing what we knew how to do well. And so we closed up the other side, and we've been working in this space ever since. And I've been fortunate enough, like I told you, to surround myself with some wonderful people for all those years. And yeah, it's just worked out really well, thank goodness.
How many staff do you have?
Right now we have 14 between the salon and the spa.
So you've been here for 35 years.
35 years,
Business is going okay.
Yes, thank goodness. In spite of this COVID that we've had, it's you know, seemed to pick up, and every week seems to be getting better and better.
So you had to close as of March and then opened on June when the orders came through. So what are you seeing differently in your business to allow customers in?
Well, we have to do a lot of the social distancing now. You know, we have to have everybody aware of what we're doing, so there's signs all over the salon. We take temperature checks when they come in. They fill out a form, basically to see if they've been out of town or out of the country, things like that, so we can follow up on that. And I think that's a lot of for, you know, contact tracing also. You know, God forbid somebody does come in and they are, you know, COVID. We're able to trace who was here at the time, so we can make some phone calls and make sure everybody's contacted. And, you know, so we have, you know, signs all over the place so people, you know, don't touch this. The stations are all cleaned, making sure everything's sanitized. And we're only able to open at about 70% capacity from when we started before, because we need to be 6 feet apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So currently, how many people do you see during a day?
Oh, gosh. We can probably, between the staff that we have on, there's 4 of us working, we can see close to 30 people a day.
And pre-COVID, how many people were you seeing a day?
Oh, you probably see 60.
Wow, so half.
Yeah.
Half the capacity.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what are some of the things that you're doing to allow people to come in comfortably?
Well, like you say, we're social distance, so we're only allowing one person per stylist.
Okay.
Where before, you could come in if someone was having a hair color. Once we applied the color, they would sit and we could do someone else in between the color processing. But right now we're at the point where we just have to stay with that client the whole time. Mm-hmm. And so, it's taken up twice the amount of time to do everybody. So one client per stylist coming in. And the others wait outside or they wait in their car. And, it's going to be difficult once winter comes along. I'm sure we're going to run into some problems there. So as I told you before, we're trying to get into coming up with some, creative ways to make it a little bit easier for everybody.
Yeah. I am noticing that right now there's no petitions. A lot of businesses now you're going in and you're doing petitions. Is that something that you'll be possibly looking at?
That's what we're looking at, because in the wintertime, for people to sit outside with hair color or in their car, it would be a lot more difficult with their jackets and coats on. So if I can get some petitions to put in between, I think we'll be able to have allowed to have a little bit more people in here.
Okay. So what are the services? Obviously haircuts, which I have to say, I just had my haircut by Richard, and I'm loving it. It's my first haircut since January. I have not gone to a salon, and I felt very safe coming in with our masks and how he was handling it. So thanks for the new look. Yeah. So what other services do you offer here?
Well, over here we do cuts, colors, perms, basic, hairstyling, conditioning and things like that.
Yep.
Relaxers and straightenings. And a lot of people are coming in now for keratin treatments.
Oh, okay.
And it calms your hair down a little bit. It's a lot easier to style when you get home. And at the spa, we do facials and we do waxing, we do microblading, we do all types of, different things over there.
And I think we're going to go take a look at your salon at the spa portion.
Yes, we go over there and I can show you what we're doing over there to make sure that everybody's safe, the same type of thing that's over here.
So we're going to take you through, or Richard's going to take you through, what it would be like if you were a customer coming into this salon, and I'm sure many salons right now. So let's have our customer come in. And Richard, talk us through what they're going to do.
All right, so the customer will come in, they'll stand here. We have the receptionist behind the plexiglass, so they're not vulnerable for anything going on. We have a form here for them to fill out, like I said before, that just tells where they've been and how safe they are. We have a thermometer here for her to take temperature. Just put it right up to the forehead, basically, and that will let us know that she's temperature free, basically. And we're a cashless salon right now, so we have Venmo over here for people to look at their phones. And then as the customer comes in, we have hand sanitizer that they take when they walk in. We have a lot of paraphernalia for them to read and show what we're doing as far as what we expect for them when they come in. They walk in, they go down back for a shampoo. They're shampooed out there with the assistants who wear shields and masks also. And then when they're done, they come out to the station. They're set up. All of our stylists have all of their tools out back. So when the client is in the chair, they bring them out with the clips and brushes and things like that. They finish the styling the hair, blow it dry. Customer comes back up here, pays either by credit card again or by Venmo. The stylists pick up their equipment. We have a sanitation station out back where we put everything in, we sanitize that, and then we get ready for the next person coming in. Wipe down the station with our antibacterial wipes that we have over here, or our Lysol spray. When they're finished with that, they go out back, wash their hands, come back out, and they're ready for their next client as they come in. And then we do it, a ton more precautions than we had, before, based on the social distancing and the fact that, we don't want anybody to get affected. And I have to say, we've been open since June 1st, and knock on wood, we haven't had any issues at all about anything. All that we're getting is just positive feedback from all of the clients that have come in, how safe they feel, how comfortable they are with everything that we're doing. So we're fortunate that way.
Okay, boom. A little hand sanitizer. So we've just done the temperature check-in as if we were a customer coming in. We're now coming into the main part of the spa. What can people expect as they come in here, Richard?
Similar to next door, we did the same type of thing. We have one chair for someone to wait for the 3 rooms that we have here, 2 aesthetics room and a massage room. We also have this air purifier, which I also have one at the salon, which is twice the size because the space is bigger over there, with the HEPA filters in here, which help purify the air. And we found that that really works well for us as far as that goes. And basically, again, hand sanitizer. We have wipes for the surfaces. We have plenty of disinfectant around. And as you go into the rooms, you'll be able to see these here are the same type of thing. They're clean. Again, we have sanitizer. We have Lysol spray. We have wipes here for people to use. We have paper on the beds that's changed after every client.
Oh, wow.
And we just basically, try to keep it as sanitary as we can and keep places safe so people feel comfortable when they're in here. Next door, I believe someone's doing something over there. I can show you how the estheticians work over here.
Okay.
Again, it's set up with, paper on the chairs. Again, we have all our sanitation over here. And the estheticians work with a shield and a mask to keep the customer comfortable. The client also wears a mask during the procedure, and only to take off if they're doing any kind of lower facial waxing or maybe a facial itself. But it's up to them as far as feeling comfortable. That's the big thing. We're trying to keep the clients comfortable as well as the operators.
Right, you want your staff to feel they're safe as well in regards to doing their job.
And that's a big part of it, because if one of us gets sick that works here, then I have to close down. And,
Right.
We'd be going through another 2 weeks of mandatory
And we don't want
shutdown.
you to have to do that.
And we don't want that again, no. So, and that's pretty much, what we're doing in here. And again, we're getting some great feedback from the clients, how safe they feel, how comfortable they feel. And, it makes us feel good because we're trying our best to get people back into the spa and salon. You know,
And
it's
are
been,
you offering all of your services again?
Yes.
There's been nothing that you've had to not do?
No, we can offer everything that we did before, and like you say, the operators that I have working for me feel comfortable doing them with the clients that are coming in, and the clients that are coming in are feeling comfortable with the operators also. So
Great.
it's worked out really well for us. So we just need the other people that feel a little reluctant now to realize that, you know, everybody's safe, everything is comfortable, and we're doing our best to sanitize everything we have.
That's great. So we are now in one of the treatment rooms at the spa at Richard Francis, and we are here with Harleen, who works here at the spa. Harleen, what do you do here at the spa?
I'm a skincare therapist. I do all types of skincare, makeup, and I also do microblading.
Okay, and what has it been like for you coming back and working with your customers?
At first, I think we were all a little nervous about coming back, but once we got prepared and cleaned up all our rooms and disinfected and went to the whole procedure that we had to do, we felt much better. And as soon as we start working and start seeing our clients, I think we all felt good.
And so what are some of the precautions that you're taking? We saw what it was like coming in, but in the rooms itself. So you're wearing the shields like we saw. Are there other precautions that you're having to take as you're doing the procedures?
Yeah, we do. For every single client, everything that we use, it's disposable. Of course, we throw everything out as soon as they leave. We spray the rooms, disinfect, and we do that for every single customers. You know, we have quick services and we have longer service. For facials and massages, everything's changed. We actually space out our services for extra time. So we have the cleaning time and disinfecting time we had to do in between services. Mm-hmm. And it's been pretty good. We're just happy to see our clients.
Yeah, it must be nice coming back and being safe and knowing you can keep your customers safe.
Yeah, it was way too long without seeing them. So we're very happy to be here, and I think Richard did a pretty good job with following up the guidelines and everything we had to do, and we're ready. We've been ready.
Good. Good. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes and taking us through some of the things that you're doing here at the spa to keep yourself and your customers safe. So we're wrapping up our visit here at Richard Francis Salon and Spa. Richard, thank you so much for sharing what you're doing to keep your customers safe during COVID. Any last thoughts that you want to share as people might be considering coming back to a salon?
No, just the fact that, like I told you before, that, it's funny, when we opened up in June, we had an onslaught of people who hadn't been in since, probably January. And so we were really jam-packed. And then it leveled off a little bit. And now, moving forward, we can see it every week. Like I said, seems to be getting better and better and better. And I think, something like this will help people realize, how safe we're trying to keep everyone. And we're getting back to this somewhat new normal, so they say.
Yeah.
And, we're just fortunate that, clients are comfortable with us, and we appreciate anybody's, who comes in, and we respect how they feel. If you still don't feel like coming in, we respect that also. If you are coming in, we appreciate the fact that you are. We just hope that eventually we can all get back to some type of normal.
So what are the tips, though, you want to give your customers or any customers who haven't been to a salon yet? What shouldn't they be doing at home?
Well,
cutting their own bangs.
They shouldn't be cutting their own bangs, yes. And also hair coloring. I mean, I know a lot of people had started to, buy color at CVS and things like that. It's difficult for us to try to take that color out and remove it and try to get you back to a color that, we had. It takes time.
Right.
And it's more costly. So, if you could stay away from box color at the pharmacies or CVS's, it would be wonderful for us. And just the fact that, just come back in. A lot of people are starting to go gray. They're letting the gray grow out.
That.
Which is another trend also. But when you have a line of demarcation from the gray, maybe you need to come in so we can throw some foils in, kind of blend that in a little bit and make the transition a little easier for you. So either way, we can help.
Good.
All
well,
right.
Richard, thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for my new look, and I really appreciate it. And best of luck as you continue with customers and dealing with this new normal and this new way and new economy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out. Thanks.
And we'll be back with more Around the Clock.